you very much for joining us here for another weekly edition of the Mac Attack. I am Macking of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and I am here again at Ojos Locos Sports Cantina in downtown Fort Worth to talk about the most exciting part of the college football season. Not the games, but the rankings. Yes, there is only one way to beat Kansas. To kill Kansas. To destroy Kansas. 50-point margins are only acceptable to beat Kansas if you're a top 5 team. There was no way, however, once Alabama beat Mississippi State, that TCU was going to keep its number 4 ranking in the college football playoff. Alabama's going to jump TCU because it beat the number 1 ranked team in the country and because TCU did not beat a bad Kansas team 157-5. The problem is there's like 6 or 7 4 best teams, and someone is going to get squeezed. Not just someone, many teams are going to get squeezed. But if I had to put 4 in there right now, 2 from the SEC, Florida State, and Oregon, they all deserve to go. But we got a lot of football left, and when I finally get the call to get my place where I rightly deserve in the College Football Playoff Selection Committee, I'm making sure that everybody acknowledges that TCU and Baylor deserve to be in the discussion, as does Ohio State. Now, is it because of the back? I don't believe that personally. I believe it's because he's at a point in his career and at a point in his life where he recognizes he has enough complementary pieces around him where he doesn't have to be Superman, because we all saw how that turned out anyways. For the Mavs, 2 things. I'm not crazy about their point guard position. They have good point guards. I'm not sure they have a great point guard. And their team defense right now is what we call lacking. But the season's like 180 games or whatever it is. We're only in November. I do believe given the Mavs' balance, veteran leadership, and Dirk, I think this team's looking pretty good. They're in a good spot. Don't be surprised if they finish 3 or 4 in the West with the serious potential to go on a run. But right now, it's really hard not to like what they're doing. Hands down, the single most disappointing thing going right now in the greater Fort Worth, Dallas area is the Dallas Stars professional ice hockey team. I have no idea what in God's name that they were doing other than breaking my heart and wasting our time. I feel totally betrayed by this team because I was a sucker. I totally bought in to Tyler Sagan, Jamie Benn, Val Nichushkin, Jason Spezza, Jim Nill, Lindy Ruff, blah, 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 blah. Well, thank you very much for joining us here at Ojos Locos Sports Cantina in downtown Fort Worth for another exciting edition of the Mac Attack. As you can see, I am not joined by my lovely friend Christy, who has decided to take the week off, much like the Cowboys did for the bye week. I don't take time off. The Mac Attack doesn't take bye weeks off because we got to bring you wins, we got to bring you product. See you here next week.